Hello, Revneet.
Hi, Hilda.
Again.
I love your denim look today. It's
Do you know what?
very
Thank you. Thank you. It was one of those of I didn't put a lot
retro.
of work. I didn't honestly, I didn't really put no work into it today. It was I went with what was comfortable, and I did think about the live tonight. And I actually did think about I said, you know what? Maybe because it's about love, maybe I'll do red. Listen,
I
it
thought
didn't
so too, and I forgot. And I
I know.
forgot.
I know. I didn't think
Life's
about it
been
though.
busy.
I won't say I didn't think about it. I just didn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't want
thought
to go for
about
the
it,
two.
but here we are.
Here we are. Here we are. So, how was your week?
It's been life-changing. That's
Yeah,
all I can say.
yeah, yeah.
It's been busy, but a good kind of busy.
In
How's
a
your
good
week?
way, life
Yes.
changing in a good way. This is well, you know what? This is the time, Revney. This is the time. Yes. And Isa is well. She was giving me a little trouble yesterday. Was it? Yes. Was it yesterday? She was giving me a
Yeah,
little.
it was yesterday. Asa. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my cat if anybody watches the
Oh
replay of
yes,
her life.
yes.
Um, she's fine now. She's chill.
She's back.
Yeah. How's your week been?
My week has been it's been good. I've had good things happen too. And yeah, um I don't know. I keep having revealing. All mine are revealing weeks. Spirit just keeps revealing, but that's good though. Cause you know what? It's
You asked for it, I'm sure.
that's right. That's right. And I started walking again. I didn't get there today. I won't say that I didn't get there today. I'm gonna go for my walk actually after this live because it is still so beautiful. So I want to start a routine that keeps that going, and I think it's gonna help me sleep better at night too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
You have such beautiful surroundings there anyway. Like
I do, I
you
do,
took
I
her for a
do.
walk. Someone's
Yeah,
having a laugh and sending hearts. Hello.
I don't know. I don't know who's sending the hearts and the all
All
the
right.
well, we got five in the chat. We've got five in the chat.
Welcome everyone. Um,
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can't see
so
my chat, so
I didn't see anybody's
live chat message.
message, but
Yeah,
today's topic is, do you want to talk about it? Go ahead and talk about it.
absolutely. So first of all, welcome everyone, and welcome to tonight's Nova Scotia's Organic to the Land. My guest, Revneet, back again, and we're going to be, unpacking another topic, powerful topic, I think, because it's something that we don't really give a lot of thought about. I don't think, anyways, and that is the topic of love and how are we sabotaging it. And when I think of love, I think of the different variations of love. I just don't think of romantic love. I think of, friendships. I think of, our interpersonal relationships and and the quality of that love. And what does that look like? And are you getting the love that you want? Because if not, what can we do? Maybe we can come up with some of those answers,
Right.
and so that we can that will help and aid us in our relationships in moving forward with wherever that love channel may be that I had
Mm,
mentioned. So, welcome.
thanks, Hilda. And people
Mm,
in the chat, hi everyone. Hi MST,
hello,
Madalena,
Madalena
Mermaid,
and
welcome.
Mummy or Mermaid. Is it Mermaid?
Mermaid.
Yes,
It is
it is
Mermaid.
Mermaid. And we've got MST Teslima. Hello, 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 and welcome. However, so um, I did come up with some questions, Revni, because I thought that just to get our mind space in geared with the topic, and you know how we
Okay.
do, anyways. It might, uh, my little
Okay.
handy.
Yeah, before that, I just wanted to preface that love and connection is a human need.
Yes,
It's and I think this topic is relevant maybe for not everyone, but for people who try to push it away um without even realizing it, and how then it actually is hamper us from finding joy and happiness and fulfillment in life. Um, so yeah, I think we can start with some questions. People feel free to um, get involved and comment in the chat if you have any questions, anything,
yeah.
comments, feel free. But yeah, let's go. Let's see.
And I was also thinking that when I think of love, it is the highest form of currency wherever you put it. So um, depending on how it is being dished out. So, are you sabotaging your love connection? So tell me, when you think about love, you think what, Revneet?
Oh my God. When you think about love, what do you think about love? I think for me, love is feeling safe enough to be vulnerable.
Yes.
If I can be myself, when I say vulnerable, meaning I can be myself, nothing is too much or too um alien alienated um in the relationship where you need to hide it. Um I think for me that is love. And it
That,
can be in any relationship, right? It's not just about romantic, but also all of the other relationships. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Good answer. Good answer.
I need
And
to know your answer.
you'd like to know my answer. When I think of love, what do I see when I think of love? Ooh, I think of love. I think, you know what? I think that I think of connection. I think, yes, all the feeling safe. However, I see indifference or being different, being able to look at different. Because there's so many, when I think of that, when I think of when it comes to people, and I think respect. Because when I think respect, that goes with everything, everything. And sometimes, will that be challenged? Yeah. It will be. It is. It is sometimes.
Mm, yeah.
But it's love that I think keeps making you um walk through a door, come back out, not be scared enough that you know what? You're afraid to walk through the door again. Maybe not the same door, but to walk through a door again. Whatever that
Mm,
looks like. Whatever that looks like.
right. Mm, yeah. I think it's what you're saying here is the human aspect, right?
Mm,
Where one thing that was coming to mind was there has to be fair exchange of giving and receiving because
mm,
no matter what you think and everything is made of love, blah 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 blah, but if there is no fair exchange of energy, you'll start to feel taken advantage of, or you start to feel um deceptive, and both ways. So that,
and
and
that's where
also
the
respect, you said, right?
I was thinking also that's where the removal of is a love will allow you to remove yourself from such situations. And that would be the love of self, you know, as opposed to remaining when the exchange is not equal to a point of where it creates a huge imbalance.
Yeah, as time goes by, I've learned this, that even it's not just about love, even at work, for example, if you are not getting, it's not just about money. There's much more. You are a human, right? You're not just a machine.
Mm,
So, um, hi Ryan. Um,
hi, Brian.
and there has to be that like balance of respect, no matter in which position you are. I feel like, why do people keep switching their jobs these days? It's not just about
Mm,
money. Well, it is
mm,
also about money, but then if there's a fair exchange of your energy where you're also respected and appreciated, and that's what makes an experience worthwhile. And it goes back again, like you were saying, it also applies on romantic relationships. Not all relationships are, all people are bad. It's just you gotta stay open. That also means you will learn your lessons. You will learn to see the red flags. But it does not mean that you just give up on the whole concept, which you were saying. It's a good one. We can talk more.
absolutely.
Okay, go on.
So, what are some of the ways we can sabotage our connections? Mm, what are some of the ways we can sabotage our love connections? Mm,
Not showing up for yourself, first and foremost, which ends up you not showing up for others. Um, Not asking for help. Instead, you feel like, oh, you're alone, but the problem is somewhere else. Um, Criticizing someone rather than listening, and there's a time and place for both. in all, like, it's a discernment, right? Um, what else? In today's culture, I've seen that people or media or movies like drama more than building trust. And I think people still thrive on drama more than taking the time to really get to know each other.
Hmm.
Um, that's another way I think we sabotage.
You know
Um,
what I was thinking? I was thinking when we are not clear and we
mm.
assume, when you are not clear in your delivery of what it is you want, what it is you need, or when you start thinking, assuming what somebody else is thinking, we can sabotage things.
Well, that requires you to be present, right? That requires you to show up for yourself. If you don't know yourself, it's gonna be hell confusing because then you will project on others your needs because you
Mm,
don't know what you need. So, absolutely, you need to know what you want. You need to know
mm.
what makes you happy. And it does not mean that the other person is responsible for your happiness, but it means taking ownership. I think relationships are very different. I think it's not just about, oh, do this and that for me. Anyways, I feel like the way we have made relationships is actually very selfish and almost narcissistic
Mm.
because it's coming from a place of um
Unhealed with a lot of
unhealed
relationships.
trauma. It is, and I can actually see a baby right now who did not get the touch, so they're like, oh, that's what I see. I think that if our nervous system is dysregulated for whatever reason,
Hmm.
it is very easy because our society actually sponsors this concept way more than anything else, I feel like, which gives people the license to shove all of their shit in this particular relationship.
Well, if you go into a relationship looking for your healing or your needs, emotional needs through somebody else, you're
Yeah. And I also want to say I understand that most of our stuff will come in intimate relationships more than like at office, because office we have rules, for example,
right,
so we can cross that line. But in intimate relationship, that's where your real stuff comes out
right,
because there are
right,
no boundaries and there's something, especially when you live with someone, you cannot hide then. How much can you pretend?
right, right,
So I
right.
understand why it comes up so much in romantic relationships, especially in the West.
But I think
In
that
the
that fucking wrecks some relationships or has wrecked some relationships because people do pretend inside. And you talk about
Right,
living with someone and you don't even know who they are. So you know what? They're not really themselves. So I
right.
think
But
that you know what? No, no. Go ahead, baby girl. What
no,
was you
I
gonna say?
was no, I was just saying that I forgot. It's fine, go on.
I cut you off. I did, didn't I? I did. I'm sorry.
I No, you're fine. Oh yeah, what I was saying was that you can pretend, right? But tell me who suffers?
Mm,
Who
mm.
suffers? You suffer. People around you suffer.
And you
If
know
you
your
don't,
partner suffers because when you think
everyone
that
suffers.
yes,
Everyone.
absolutely.
We cannot, I think it's a myth that we can hide our shit. Our body
Right,
talks, our
right.
our emotions talk, our
Yeah.
Everything talks. Our life decisions talk. So what are we hiding? It's just about a person who can actually see what's going on.
And energy
But
doesn't lie, you know?
and then if you are a little bit, you know, deeper, if you can go a little bit deeper, then yeah, you can see all of that, right? But we are always talking, I feel like. It's not just about language. All of us is about expression. We are always
Yes,
expressing. So who
yes.
we are, what we feel. But I think it's very, again, it's the programming. It's like, oh, this and this and this is supposed to happen by this and this age, and it's supposed to look like this, and you're supposed to have this and this, and it's all perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you're going to
Instead
go
of
like that, then everyone who is married should be happy, right? Are they?
well, that's the thing, how many times are people building on a blueprint, you know, instead of what's actually happening inside their experience. They're mirroring their experience by the blueprint of society, which how much of that experience are they really, really uh, personally absorbing or have allowed themselves to absorb an experience because they're busy
Yeah,
performing
right.
the blueprint.
Well,
Okay.
you can always, I think we become the biggest fools, if you tell me, when we do this, because we lose our precious time, this life that we're given, it's a gift. We just lose all of it. I mean, of course, you can still enjoy even when you're in the shadow, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just
Hmm.
a lot of things are coming to my mind. Like, I grew up a certain way, and people think, oh, that was the best way. But still, I had a lot of issues that I needed to process.
Mm, mm,
That's what I'm saying. It's like you will enjoy, and I guess I did enjoy some part of it because we are wired for joy as well. We are not made for dis-ease. We are made for ease.
right, right.
But it's about alignment. It's about authenticity, right?
And when I think of
Anyways, yeah,
this ease, I think performance,
it is
because when you are
performance.
not when you're feeling uneasy, there is a level of performance that comes in. But anyways, I want to go on to the next
Right.
question.
Go on.
What is the connection between love and fear?
I think what we don't own becomes fear.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
We it's a very instinctive emotion. Like in the past when we used to find our food and all of that, then we it was an inbuilt response to help you stay away from danger. But in today's world, we have I think this emotion comes up a lot more because of the conditioning and the society and the rules and all of that. We go into fear just because someone didn't agree with us, for example, or
Mm.
someone said anything to us, we go in fear. All of that then stops us from doing the things that we actually want to do, right?
Mhm. 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 Yeah, I was thinking the connection. Yeah. Um, when you don't acknowledge what needs to be acknowledged
Right.
because you are fearful of. That can look like what? Um, what?
Mm,
Fearful of disappointment, fearful of rejection, fearful of whatever that comes into play. Yeah, good points.
but aren't you still living? Even if people said whatever they said, you're still here. And you still are, you know, went through so much in your life already. All of us, each one of us.
Mm,
So how does it matter what anyone says? You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly.
It's what matters is what we think about ourselves. What matters is what we feel about our life and our decisions. Because we are taking care of ourselves for the most part, right? People can, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, anyways, what about you?
But I was just sitting up here thinking that, I was listening to you and I was thinking, if you have not, if you don't have your ego in check, and you've got a bruised ego, or you've got there's things that are unhealed there, then you're going to be very much concerned. You'll lean more into the aspect of caring about what others thinks, how you present the relationship, all of that, not necessarily, how it truly, truly is because of your unhealed self of whatever, you know?
But the thing is that, and I have tried that, right? I have tried working on my mind and all of that.
Hmm.
You, the only way I feel like to get out of fear is going after things that that you want to do. No amount of thinking and all of that will, because the thing is that the trauma happened in your physical reality. So to counteract, you need to show some action. So your inner being is like, oh, okay, you got it. It's almost like you're telling it, you're correcting that
Mm,
from the
mm.
past, right? That's how it feels like,
Well,
anyway.
that's what well, yeah. And I was just thinking that, you can't expect somebody else to deal with your unhealed stuff. Is
Well, it's like saying, can you eat for me? Can you
right,
can you
right,
do that? Can you digest
right.
food for me? Is we can take support from each other, right? It's not about that. Support, like I said, we confuse the thing. I think what we say in relationships is support, but we make it like, I don't even know why, if you can get it. Like what I'm saying,
Give me the
I
love
think
that my mother never gave me. Do this that what my father didn't do, you know?
exactly.
If you
It's
have not
like
learned to nurture those things inside yourself so that you can come into the union in a healthy
exactly.
space, you are putting all your garbage onto somebody else. And besides that, they'd be thinking like, Jesus, I don't know whether I go right or I go left, because
Right.
depending on the level of the issues. So that's, you know what I mean? That's where it becomes, you want to sabotage a relationship too. That would do it, I would
And I
think.
found myself going through that, right? It's like it's not a romantic relationship, but like the way we
Hi,
use
Travis.
relationships. Oh,
That's my
hi,
nephew
hi,
in the chat.
Claire. Hi, Travis. Okay, welcome. It's like yesterday, I was so busy and I was all over, all over the place. And I felt like I needed help. Basically, I was anxious, right? And rather than taking a break, taking a pause,
Hmm. Hmm.
my system went in that mode of like, let's go, let's go, let's go. But no, that's the thing that we need to learn how to regulate ourselves. If you like, at the end of the day, nobody can help you with that. They can guide you, they can support you, but this is something that we need to learn. Then I was like, oh, okay, I need to regulate my nervous system now. I need to get back, I need to calm down.
Yes.
But the first thing that came to mind was, oh, people are not helping me. Well, who told you to do like a million things in a day? And people are doing other stuff too. They have their own lives to live.
When
But
you
you
were
see what I
talking to
mean?
me,
Like
yes,
how easily we go into that. It's a unhealed trauma. It's like how easily we go into that paradigm of a child, which feels like, oh, you're not doing this to me, and you're not helping me, and all of that. I Oh God.
it's like you said, first of all, when you knew that you were dysregulated and you continued to proceed on without centering yourself. However, the thing of it is that you know what? One of the things you did do is you did move on. And I know after talking with you, you had a good experience. It became a
Right.
good experience because you did move on.
Yes, but it's about. I think at the anyways, I think we're going some. I don't even know where we're going, but we need to learn to how to regulate our nervous system, because if we are connecting to someone, then it from a place of unhealed trauma, it becomes trauma bonding, doesn't it?
Yes, yes,
So, do
yes.
you want a connection from that place? I don't want a
Always
connection from that
rescuing,
place.
always rescuing,
Yeah,
always rescuing one another.
I I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want it. I don't want a
No,
connection from that place. Even
no.
if yesterday I did feel like it, but I was like, ah, where is that coming from?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyways,
O-
it's just,
Okay,
anyways, go on.
good point. Very good. Good points, Revni. What stops us from not obtaining the love you desire? What do you think stops us from obtaining the love you desire?
Lack of action, and like aligned action, not action, not like you go out, looking for any Tom, Dick, and
Good
Harry.
point. Aligned action.
Aligned action. So it can look like, why why am I running away from intimacy? Or why do I have, for example, commitment issues, or whatever it is? Is it from your side? Are you stuck mentally or emotionally? Or you're not taking better actions? What is it exactly? I think so. Aligned actions.
Mm, good point. Good point.
Because yeah, I have similar issues. What about you? Tell me.
What stops me from obtaining action? That's it. And yeah, I'd have to. I would probably have to be. It would have to be one of my primary focuses, and it's not my primary focus. I desire it, but I can't tell you that it's one of my primary focuses because it's not. If it was, I'd be manifesting it. But you know, um, for me right now, as much as I said, I desire to have that.
Mm.
It's not the primary focus, and in fact, you know what? My own growth right now is my primary focus. You know,
See,
if
that's what
that
it is.
comes along in the meantime, but you know what? I'm not saying that that's my primary focus because it's not my primary focus.
That makes sense.
Mm,
That makes sense.
hmm
Beautiful.
So, what are some of the ways you express love to yourself? I can't wait for this answer because I can think of different ways of which you do.
Um, Okay, many ways, because I think I have come a long way. It was about others before, um, to the point of self-abandonment in a lot of areas. Um, but I think it's, better habits physically, um, like cultivating better habits that actually help me. Um, stay aligned, right? So that's one. Um, mentally, what am I trying to, again, like, I think I am still kind of, I do abandon myself in some areas that I'm still working on, um, especially emotional issues, but it's mostly like I'm starting to go towards what gives me not just joy, because we tend to go towards it, but also like real, um like you feel alive. Not just, it's not just about joy. Life is not just about joy. It's it's a gamut of different feelings and emotions, and I actually prefer that now rather than just
Mm,
joy.
mm,
I am accepting, or I'm learning to accept, that being a human involves being all of these different versions of yourself and loving them, learning to love them and honor them for their part. Um, yeah,
I was gonna say, I really like that point because that really resonates with me. Learning to love. You say, how do I love myself? I love myself by acknowledging my good side, or my dark side, or my shadow side, and my light side. And I love
right.
myself by waking up every day, no matter what the challenge is,
Exactly.
facing it,
Facing it.
acknowledging it, working at changing what needs to be changed. And I, like every other human, you know what? That's a process and it comes in its own time. But,
Yes.
um, I would say that, you know what? That to me, that's how I do. I love myself. And I think that that is probably the best gift I can give myself because I didn't always wake up every day
Mm,
and acknowledge, even the fact that I
yeah.
acknowledge myself, acknowledging how I'm feeling and all of that. Oh yeah, that's self love for me. Yeah. And acknowledging the things that need to be changed. You know what? Like, oh, that's the,
It's about building a relationship with yourself. I think it's a
yes.
big, it's interesting. As you go further along on your journey,
Mm,
you will see that you will end up with yourself, and you will learn that you are not as simple as you thought.
yeah, that's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
like our focus is so much outside, we never look inside. But once you start getting a little bit closer to yourself, you'll be like, there's a whole world here that I have not explored. And yeah, it's
I
exciting.
gotta tell you, I truly appreciate these conversations because when I tell you, listen, there's not one thing that we have not done that it has not been equally beneficial for me. So, um, when I share, and I want to say when we share, because you know what, I have talked to you about this and what we're doing, and just how um, it has had an impact on my life. When we do a live, and I can walk away from that live and it can make me think or it can make me re-examine, then you know what? That's that's that's
Yeah.
that's the that's the power of the live. That's the power of what we're doing. And so I just want to say that, you know what? I appreciate this platform, this collaboration for that, because you are um, a beautiful open spirit to even do the process, because not everybody wants to go
Mm.
to that level with the process, and that's what, and it's a needed process, I do believe.
I think that's what we're doing, right? It's an honor to
Reading.
be spending time with each other. Our lives are short. You see what I mean?
Yes, I
We
do.
don't understand that, how important our time is. So it's my honor as well with you because again, it's not about what I want from you. That's not what this is about. This is
Mm-mm,
about
mm-mm.
sharing our journey, our human journey. Um,
To make it a
I
better experience. We
Yeah,
can make this a better experience, right? By having some
exactly.
of these conversations. That's
Yeah,
what.
it's much needed. It's uh it's much
But
needed.
welcome,
And
Sabrina.
hi Sabrina, welcome. Okay. Uh,
And hello, player
oh,
1, 2, 3, 4. I like that. I just want to go back down through the chat and just didn't want to miss anybody. Anyways, okay. So great answer once again. Um,
did you answer that?
I did sorta. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sabrina says, I won't be able to stay, have to run some errands. I got the time mixed up. Oh, it's okay. Glad
I
you showed up.
understand. Listen, you know what? Thank you for showing up, and we will catch you in the l- later on. I want to connect up with you, Sabrina. Actually, later. But go make a great evening, baby girl.
Exactly.
What are some of the ways you express? Okay, I already asked that.
Okay, my questions. You had
Okay,
5 questions. Do you have more?
I got one more. One more
Okay, go
question.
on.
Well,
Go
oh, you
on.
got some for me. Oh God. Oh God. Okay.
Go on.
What what are the restraints you put around your heart? What are the restraints that you put around your heart? I thought I'd make that. I'm scared now because you got some questions for me. Ooh.
Well, I'm learning to get rid of those walls. I did have walls for a long time. But what was your question again? What is
What are
restricting
the
you?
restraints that you may put around your heart? Heart restraints.
Um, I don't know. Can I answer that or not here? I'm not sure. But um,
I'm glad I'm not answering this question, although I know I will have to, but you know what? Yeah. I was thinking like, um,
what? Yeah, can you tell me exactly how you were?
yeah, like, who? Not letting people in. Let you in, but they don't let you in so far, you know?
Okay, that's your answer. Okay.
And then, and then I will do the process of examination to see whether you're worthy of obtaining and can handle my heart and what it's offering. So yeah, that's a
I
restraint, I would say.
I don't think it's a bad thing, if
Mm-mm.
you ask me, because
And when you think of restraints, you know what? It's not necessary. It's not a. Listen, when you think of
okay,
your heart and you think of, the power it has, and when you have you ever been heartbroken? Well, here's the deal. That is a feeling that. Do you want to feel that all the time? No, frig no. And so with each heartbreak, what I'm going to tell you something. I do think comes a certain restraint. You don't keep going there. So we do put those restraints up for reasons, and it's
yeah.
so that what you can protect your heart.
Well, I think you said it. Not wanting to get hurt.
Yeah,
As simple
yeah.
as that. It's just too time consuming, not even time consuming. It's just too much, too heavy, I think.
And I think that what the older one gets, and I'm going to speak that because I am the older one sitting here today. Trust me, the body doesn't want to go through it. The mind certainly doesn't want to go through that. And there's certain times you just will not allow yourself to go through that type of crapola. And if you do, you don't stay there for very, very long, but you just choose not. There's a time when you just choose not to go through it like that anymore. So that restraint, or that, what you want to call a wall or whatever, that is a protective barrier, which is, I think, needed. I ain't no free falling. Free falling.
Yeah.
I think that's ridiculous if you just free fell. No, I really do. I mean, not to say that it doesn't happen. Listen, okay? Well, good. Free fall. I hope it works out for you. Doesn't always work out for people when you just free fall, but go ahead. Have some fun. So, you got some questions for me?
Yeah, well,
You're still pondering that question, aren't you? Yes, you are.
it's I think it's much more than that. It's like I don't feel like why am I saying we? I just feel like it's a lack of, if you're not in the right place and if you're hanging out with the wrong kind of people, of course you will shut down your heart, right? Because you don't want to just give it to anyone, right? That's why I feel like if it's not with the right person, you're not going to want to. And I don't think it's a problem. I think it's
And
actually
that is
much
whether it's
better.
romantic or
Or
you're in a
anything,
social
any kind of
setting of in
alliance.
which,
Yeah.
you know what, you're thinking, I don't like this here vibe. I don't like this setting. I don't like what's going on here. Then, yeah.
Like, it's a much needed skill, I feel like. Because another thing is what people say love is not actually love. If it's
Mm,
conditional, it's not love. And I think
mm,
we sense into it.
mm.
And of course, if you have, anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that, but I'm gonna ask you some questions now. Okay?
Excellent. Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna take a drink of water. I'm gonna need this. Get the energy going. Oh boy.
how often do you prioritize being right over being connected?
Ooh. How often do I prioritize being right over being connected? I could say, you know what? I try to be. I know when I'm not connected, because I'm going to tell you something. If I'm not connected, I always, I'm always striving to be connected.
Mm,
I know when I am not connected, when it comes with either excuses reasons, whatever. There's something uh, 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 there
Mm.
because when you say about being dead right, and when I think about that, you know what? There's usually a ongoing. You keep something ongoing, or you keep, you know what I mean. So there's all obviously current action, whether it's in your thinking process or within the action. So what I'm saying to you is that you know what? I know that something needs to be realigned then with me when you know what um I start making excuses away for whatever it is. So
Mm.
I don't know. To tell you know what how often that happens, I'm trying to always check myself every day, baby girl. And you know how it goes? Some days you just don't feel so aligned and some other days you know what you do. And living alone, I think that that's where it can be beneficial to have uh, uh, healthy people or someone healthy in your life that can, you know what, mirror yourself to you. Because sometimes, you know what, we don't realize,
Mm.
we don't realize our own shit. So it's good to have that other person uh, reflect back what they see. Because, you know, you get what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that
I
answers
get
your
it.
question, but that's as good as I got.
Ah. It's like, I think what I was trying to get at was like, sometimes our need for perfection can also, um, like, this is how I want, this is exactly how it should be, and all of that. And we can actually just cut off a prospect of
Do you know?
connection.
I see where you're going with that now. Oh my God. Like, you know what? How often do I have to? Ooh, I was just thinking of, you know what? As of late, I've had epiphanies and changes in my thinking because I've been thinking one way, one way, one way, and in recognizing that, you know what? In thinking that one way, it was blocking other opportunities and other ways and other you could so when you say how often, once again, you can stay trapped in a thought process for however long until you arrest it, and then it changes, right?
Right. That's
So I
fair.
will say, as of late, you know, I know I did acknowledge some things seriously in terms of my thinking of where, you know what, okay, you got to branch this out. But then it also made me really acknowledge some other things too, because underneath the surface of all of that, there was something else, which I ain't sharing with everybody. But
Right. Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair. Do you fear closeness more than you fear, um hold on, let me think about it. Oh, hold on. So I will say it another way. How much do you fear losing control, versus, embracing trust and intimacy? How how
Ooh.
much do you fear losing control, versus, investing in trust and intimacy?
Okay. For me, I no longer associate losing control with the relationship. That's not to say that I didn't, but every time I lost control, baby girl, there was something that was unbalanced going on there with me. My best relationship ever was the one of where I was more in control. of me. And I didn't allow that myself to lose the control. And that was something I think that came losing control, that's what I mean. I don't know when you say losing control. When I think losing control, I thought free falling. You just free fell up into it's good. It's I don't know. Are we talking like romantic?
No, in general, like any connection, right? Where rather than
Oh, just
spending
being remaining
building
open.
trust, yeah, rather than, oops, sorry, rather than, because remember, trust is built. There's no innate
And
trust.
once again, I don't. I because of experience
Exactly.
in its
Okay.
building, I don't just. You know what? I just don't.
Yeah. So I guess you do. It's when I say control,
Yeah.
I mean like people have control issues
Yes.
that
Yes. Yes.
we don't give the other person time and space to show us who they are. We want to jump to conclusions.
And then sometimes, you know what? Here's what happens when it doesn't work out. You've done given
Right.
uh,
And that's fair.
access to someone who wasn't. Not only were they not able to handle your space, but you know what? Walked all over your space
Right.
and
But that's different, right? Because
right,
you have given time and um,
right,
effort into that. No, that's
right,
different. But
right.
sometimes we are all about control, and I don't know if you have seen people like that, but I have, where it's like it has to be
Absolutely.
only my way, and I was like that too. It's
Yes,
just my
yes,
way or
yes.
highway.
I
Yeah.
see what you mean. I see what you mean there too. No, I like to think that I'm unless when I say only my way, because it doesn't have to, and then once again, it doesn't. That's not just my way because the other person always has the opportunity to exit too. Because there's certain core things
Yeah.
I will not. I don't waver on my core shit.
That's fine, because intimacy does not mean that you guys or two parties have to be the same.
Right,
Intimacy, that's
right,
what intimacy is, that
right, right,
can you accept all parts
right.
of each other, if it's
Right.
romantic or it's family, whatever it is, you know? Um, right? Because if you're trying to make each, that's what I was, okay, maybe my question wasn't clear. It's like, we're like, oh, if you don't act like this, I don't love you, or I don't care. It's like certain habits we have, and it's like, you should do the same way. It's just, oh, I've seen that.
Oh,
I have been
yes,
like that.
yes, yes,
It's
yes.
just,
Yeah. You know what? You know what? You wanna blend your autonomy with that person. You know,
right,
you, yeah, yeah. Be your own person. Enough to, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I would not like that. Ooh,
exactly.
mm-mm.
Um,
I'm
I
gonna be.
think
I can't wait to listen to the playback of this because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, you know, this has been very good for me tonight because I'm gonna tell you something. I feel like I'm woo 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 way out there with the. No, I do. Keep going. Ask me another question.
when you feel hurt or rejected, do you, and also people in the chat, because this is how we
Yes,
sabotage
yes.
love, right? When you feel hurt or rejected or something that doesn't go according to your way, what is your first reaction? Do you shut down? Do you lash out or do you withdraw?
Oh, you know what? I will shut down. I will usually shut down. I'll shut down and I'll go. I'll process. That is depending. Now, you know what? Listen, that's depending on the scenario. I'm going to be straight up with you. That is depending on the situation. Um,
I mean, it's about like how do you
yeah,
handle conflict, right? That's
yeah,
what we're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
do
yeah.
you avoid it or do you do you try to control the
You know,
outcome?
in the past, I think that you know what, maybe I would have avoided the this. Listen, I don't like really how that made me feel. But seems as you know what, I'm
Excuse me.
speaking exactly what it is that I'm feeling these days. Uh, no, I'm definitely letting the person know it's not gonna go on. It's not too much time is gonna go by without me letting them know that you know what. Okay, we got a little fracture going on here.
See,
Okay.
that's very mature because
Mm,
in the past I was shut down.
mm,
Would start resenting, which is what I was doing yesterday, but imagine that going on for days.
right.
But then yesterday I was
Mm,
like, I just told the person I had issue with, that's how I'm feeling. And they were like, what? What are you talking about?
yeah.
It's like it's better to just communicate, either resolve it within yourself if you can. If you cannot, just share what you're feeling.
I've got somebody
Oh,
that's gonna come into the yard right now, so I'm gonna let them know.
you
Just
got
hold on.
fans.
Just hold on. I'm doing a live. I'm doing a live. How come you're just sitting there by yourself? Because I'm doing a live. I'm doing a live show right now. I'm on. Well, awesome. Okay. Yeah. Can you sit there? No. I got a passenger seat. My truck's quiet now. Well, thank you. And then you could have come down. I know. I could have. Bye. Did you just hear all that? Please tell me you
Yeah.
didn't hear all that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure you did.
yeah,
You
we
want me to
did.
go downtown?
You got fan following definitely.
No, I've got all kinds. Listen, listen. I'm gonna tell you. This is what I live in a very small community. Okay, first of all, okay, that was the neighbor that was
Okay.
up the road from me, and I have about 5 male neighbors. I just want to say this that live up the road from me, and you know you'll see one or the other in this yard. As of late, it seems like that's something up there thinking the community must think that I'm the. They must just think that I'm the go around. Anyways, I just had to say that because this is the type of thing that happens with me right here. Okay, continue on. I just thought I'd let everybody know because he wasn't going to get the point. He wanted to have a conversation. They'll go on. That was my friend that I play guitar with. Anyways,
Okay. Um,
now you're right off, aren't you? Wasn't expecting that. Bye, Dale.
I think it's about do you like I think we were talking about holding um handling conflict. Yeah, that's what we were talking conflict.
Right.
And it's fine. Another thing was like, do you hold grudges? Or
Mm.
that's something I needed to work on because do you hold grudges or replay past mistakes of yourself and also others, uh, the relationship.
It's something that I've had to work on. And when I say not holding grudges, but letting go of the story. You know, we talked. Are you is your story that of the past? So holding
Yeah.
on to that story and letting that story go. And there were stories that I really had to let go. But in terms of
Mm,
grudge, no, because I just know the way that the universe works. It just,
yeah.
the universe has a cycle. So what's the point? What is the point in
Right.
that? You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know that these questions actually require much more than just
And no,
yes or
you
no
gotta
because
remember,
there's
I'm gonna say this to you that I think that this is where you will see our age difference coming into play. And what do I mean by that? Some of these questions, some of this shit, I've been working on for a long time, girl. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so you go through different
yeah.
phases in your life and different growth. And so there was a phase in my life when that was uh, maybe I'm gonna get you. I am gonna get you. You know what? You done broke my heart. You done. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. Oh, trust me. Oh, yes. Could I hold a grudge? Oh boy! Not only could I hold a grudge, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I was the girl that was gonna flatten your tires, sit there in the back, watching the spikes go through the. Yeah, yes, I was that one. And what
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
each tire deflated? But no, I am not that one today.
I think people still feel like I hold a lot of grudges, but I think that's not what it is. It's about if the other person is not showing any change,
Mm,
positive change in their actions, we're done, right? We're
mm,
done.
mm.
It's not about holding grudges. I think people accept misbehavior and call it love.
Right,
That's
right.
not love.
Mm-mm,
Just wanted to
mm-mm.
mention that. Okay.
Especially
Are
when there's no
your
accountability with the behavior. There's no
yes,
accountability for the behavior.
yes. So, are your expectations around love realistic, or do they set up um, or do they set up people for failure?
Right. What did
That's
you just say?
because
What did you just say?
are your expectations around love realistic, or do they set up people for failure?
Oh,
Oh.
if you know what, if someone knows who they are,
Mm,
then I don't think that you know what the expectations, because we're part of that is knowing self, knowing yourself, or at least on the journey of knowing yourself, and
excuse
that's
me.
going to depend too on where you're at on that journey. And so, um, and I want
Right.
them to expect that from me, you know. So
Mm,
the same thing I'm making myself accountable for. So, you know, um, disappointed.
yeah, I like that. I like that answer because in the
You
past I
know,
had a lot of expectations, but at the end of the day, you want people you can be yourself with, right? Where you can feel safe with. As especially as
mm,
a woman, I think it's a thing. Um, maybe it's not. I'm just saying. Um, but like you said, if they know themselves, I think um, you don't need expectations then, because
mm,
expectations means you're trying to level up the other person. It means that they're not matching up with you,
right, right, right.
hence expectations.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, there's certain things
Um,
I just I'm going to assume that you have certain things already in place. Certain things that are in place that, you know what, s- make you um marketable, or you gotta have those certain things in place. So I am expecting that. You can't you can't
Right.
you can't, you can't come half. I don't like half cocked. Half
Well,
cocked ain't good.
I think being a nanny, I don't enjoy
Oh
that.
my God! Now, remember when I told you? I said about people
Yeah,
just coming into my yard.
right, right.
I'm doing a YouTube live. Thank you.
Interesting. Have you ever pushed someone away just when they were trying to get closer? Why? I want a spicy question. Rather spicy answer. Hi, answer.
Okay, what did you just say to me?
Have
Have I
you
ever put?
ever pushed someone away just when they were trying to get closer, and why?
Ooh, yes, yes, because
Oh,
I was not. I was not. I was already. I was questioning the relationship, and I was questioning what I was feeling at that particular point. So yeah, I did,
okay.
and I obviously, you know what, I didn't have the.
Well, I'm not just saying, when I say closer, it means that, like if you struggle, I'm not just saying
Oh,
sexual intimacy. I'm just saying in general,
in
if people
general,
try
pushing
to,
do I
yeah.
push relationships away?
Have you been ever scared of intimacy?
No. Maybe at
Okay.
one point, at one point in my life, yes, yes. Um,
Yeah.
but the more I had to sit there and think, you got my mind going to three different places. First of all, there was a time I was afraid of intimacy because you know what? Um, of experiencing because of what I experienced it after being intimate. You know,
Yeah.
um, when you heal those parts of you that
Mm,
need to be healed because what took place
right.
back it would had to do with me, not the person. It, my thinking, and when you
Right.
heal that, you're able
Right.
to open up. You're able to
Right.
open up and you're able to be vulnerable and
Mm,
open and know that you're going to be okay. Because at the end of the day, you know that you're going to be okay. You're going to be
yeah.
okay. The world's not going to fall out because you know what, I'm going to tell you something. You have now. I don't just go suggesting that you know what you go on and well, that's like I say,
Yeah.
maturity
Right.
will allow you to be uh, intimate. And when I say maturity, I mean you know what, healing those emotions. But I think that you know what, it's like anything else. If you haven't been there or you haven't been there in a long time, um, you got to allow yourself to go through the experience, go through the fear, go through just the whole process with all of that until you can reach that point of, I'm okay. I'm
Right.
okay.
That's true. People who have sexual trauma, I think, can have issues in that
Absolutely.
sector. Mm. Do you mistake intensity for intimacy?
Mm,
Um, like how does that way out because I had to learn the difference because it's
Oh, there is. Yeah,
it's not the same thing because we are
it is
taught to
not.
fall in love and you just lose yourself, but it's not the same thing actually. Yeah,
Listen, actions will always speak louder than words. So you got to put some things into action. So
that's
a
it.
person
Yeah,
can be talking, 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 talking a whole great big smoke screen.
right.
You
That's what
put
it
that
is.
stuff. Yeah, you put that. Here comes the real deal when you have to put that into action, and then, like I said, falling in love with the illusion, or you know what, being enamored, or I forget what the word that you used with the version that they are giving you in that moment or whatever, Yeah, no. And that can be very true of
I think
friendships too, like, you know what I mean?
yeah, I think
But
my
I'd like to think
questions
you got
were
boundaries. What's that?
yeah, yeah, now it's making me think. Um, sometimes we can use authenticity um as a shield to avoid deeper intimacy. What is the difference between honoring your truth
Yeah.
and using authenticity as a shield? Do you see what I mean?
Honoring your truth and using authenticity is a shield. I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to connect the.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an example. I'm gonna ask for that because you know what? I just ran dry on that one. Give me
Okay.
an example.
If someone comes to you and um they're like, okay, Asa, what is going on with you? She just wants to have fun these days, Hilda.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me think. I know it's on my mind, but I don't want to get spiritual mixed up. So if I say, okay. For example, I say I need my space.
Yeah, you need to say,
Okay. Um, I mean, you're feeling overwhelmed, which is exactly what, for example, yesterday I was feeling overwhelmed. And I needed some time to myself, right? Um, but rather than doing that, rather than communicating that, I project my um, overwhelm onto them. You see what I mean?
I do, I do. But I think that you know what, that can happen. That can happen. That happens sometimes in relationships.
But then,
Here's where the problem is. It's a problem if it's happening all the time. Someone is not regulated. Someone is not regulated if you are putting your shit onto somebody else all the time. But you know what? It's listen. We do have those moments of when we're unregulated, and I'm speaking this to you because you know what?
sorry. I'm my mind is like bring. So it's like, okay, it's like saying this is who I am. And for example, I don't like to talk about my feelings. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you say on one side that you care for the other person, but then you actually don't want intimacy. You see
Right.
what I mean? I've
Yeah.
seen that so much. Oh my God. People are like, we are connected. I'm like, no, you're not.
No. No.
You
No.
see what I mean? Oh my God, this is it. This is exactly what it is. It's
Yeah.
like you are actually not vulnerable with the other person. You think you are, but you're like, this is who I am, and you need to accept me, and that's it. I think you got my point. I'm just
I
gonna stop.
do. I
Yeah.
do. And that's the thing right there. That vulnerable means being vulnerable with yourself, being able to just, you know what, when you can be authentically who you are and know that, you know what, I'm going to tell you something, if ain't nobody going to catch you but you got you at the end of the day. But in the meantime, you're going to be you entering the experience. And no, I don't believe that everybody is in that type of a union, because some of the things that I have heard from some folk, I mean, something as simple as I've been with him for so long, and you know what? No, he has never ever saw me, whatever. He has
That's the
never heard
thing.
me, whatever.
I
I'm
don't
like,
think
what?
people I don't think people understand this. You're
I
not
don't do
being
that with him.
vulnerable.
No. What do you
When people
mean?
are like, this is who I am, this is what I am, take it or leave it. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not willing to, you're avoiding. That's what you're doing.
Right, 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 right. Mm-hmm.
And you're scared and you're avoiding.
Right.
And that's how we actually run away from intimacy, right? Because you are basically setting a wall. You can just say,
Mm,
hey, I'm feeling a certain way. I need time to think, but the
mm,
door is open. I just need some space. That's it.
mm,
That's it.
mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's right.
Wow.
Good
Yeah, that's
point.
like sometimes people say, I'm not an emotional person. I'm just like that's just who I am. I can't deal with emotions. I don't have time for that. I was that person. I'm preface.
Mm,
Um and the point was not that. It was like there was no time for emotions. I didn't know how to express my emotions. I'm still learning.
yes, yes, yes.
But rather than saying that, and also saying that, but connection does matter to me, but I'm still learning. That's what it
Well,
is.
I think that that's where um being able, because it really is it's about the balancing of the masculine and the feminine. The masculine wants to uh protect, and then you know what, the woman, the
It is balance. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
it really is. And but you don't know it, but you have to try it. You have to do
right,
it first. There's no getting by it until you do it. And here's what happens. I
right,
think that with each encounter we have, we take our higher learning into that encounter. So you're not going to experience the same thing that you if you had a
mhm,
negative experience from being vulnerable, or you took that as a negative experience, because you know depending on, it may have not been negative, but that you interpreted it as a negative experience. You get what I'm trying to say? There's
right,
always got something to be learned from it.
right. Also, like, um, saying which been my story. I don't need anyone, right? I'm okay on my
Mm.
own.
I've said that. I've said that. I've said that. And I think that this is something that we women can get caught up into. And that's not to say that, you know what, you can't do bad all by yourself. And I mean bad in a good way, because you can. However, however, At the end of the day, connection and being with someone else can make life easier. And Revney, we lost you. I have no idea
Can
what
you
took
hear
place.
me?
I can hear you. I just
I don't
lost you
know what
though.
happened, but I was listening to you the whole time. Exactly. That's what it is. It's about you honor your truth, right?
Right,
I like
right,
my space, but you can also
right,
say, I also want a companion. And
right,
it's about, I want to find that balance
right,
where I can
right,
be myself in the relationship. That's what this is about.
right.
You don't want to lose yourself, but you also don't want to shut the fucking door on the other person,
Well,
right?
you know what's great about right now upon entering mm, any relation, well, is that people
Yeah,
are
any.
in the
Yeah.
mode of being more authentic. And you'll also be able to spot the person that isn't being authentic. You'll be able to just spot that right away. And I think that, you know what, the more real that you are, that, you know what, if that person is authentic, then they're good. That's what they're onto. They love that real in you. And they
Right.
accept the challenge if there's a challenge to be had there.
Exactly. And it is a
Right?
challenge. What is the fun in finding robots? What is the fun in hanging out with robots? Tell me. There's no fun.
Right.
There's no
Right.
life. You're
Right.
all the same. Like we're all the same.
Right. Right.
Anyways, um I think it's about being open, but not in a way that you're disrespectful or like closed off to the other party. It's learning to communicate. I feel like it's learning to communicate better, right? Rather than using words like, this is who I am. And it's like there's no scope for anything
Right.
there. You see what I mean?
Right. Right.
Your focus is only on yourself, it's not on the relationship.
Mm.
That happened, well, that has happened in many different sectors in my life where people are like, this is what it is. You do this, and they call it that they call it a healthy relationship. No, it's not. Because
But
you're
I
only
do think
looking
that
at
there are
yourself,
compromises. There are healthy compromises.
but not like in the beginning we were talking that there has to be a fair balance.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
can't, that's
Right.
what I learned. The biggest
Right.
lesson that I learned is no matter what, where you are, if it's with another person in any sector, there has to be fair exchange. Otherwise, you'll start to resent them, or you'll start to, that all of that comes up. It's not,
Mm.
love is not enough. Love, I think, is a very big term for, it's not about like unconditional. No, it's not.
Mm.
No,
Mm.
it's not. I think love includes all of these things
Mm.
I talked about here.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think it's to have a conversation. It's not about ending the conversation. Don't say or use your truth to end the bridge, like, or to basically break the bridge, right? Um, it's to still have that open bridge in between,
I was gonna say you hope that it's a continued conversation, that you keep showing up to the
right?
conversation. That's what you can hope that you can that
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
like
happens.
you want to, exactly, you want to stay open for the conversation
Mm.
while staying present. That's what we're talking about here,
Mm. Mhm. Mhm.
right? And we can do that. I think we're built for it. I really feel that because I also know the other side, which does not work at all. That's
I
how I
do
know
too.
that we're built for this because there's no other way. I don't see any
That's
other
right.
way,
No. No.
right?
I agree.
I think we're over time, but let me
We
see.
we got time for one or two more questions.
Okay. Um, How do you balance compassion for your wounds in the relation in you know what I mean? Um, with accountability for your impact. Because remember that we don't want to hurt other people, but it's our wounding that inevitably hurts people around us.
I'm gonna tell you, it takes two. It always takes two. And the thing
Yeah.
of it is if you are accountable, then you know that you had a role to play in there. And what do I mean? You either stayed, sometimes we stay too long, sometimes we accept too much, whatever the deal is. But that's not to say that you take full um
Mm,
you take full accountability for your role in the
right,
relationship. And that's not to say that, when that relationship first ends, that you don't go through a natural response of, I'm going to get you, sucker. You know what I mean? Or
right,
because you're in your feelings, you know what I mean?
right,
Not
right,
everybody goes on the attack mode, and nor do I. I don't actually. You know what? I'll tell you something. My MO has always been bye.
right,
And when I say goodbye, it's usually I don't look back. That
right.
is that is the cutoff. Especially now, because that was not always the case. Anyways, my whole point being is that I lost my point because I got caught up in my own thoughts. But no, I think that if you are taking accountability, you're not going to allow yourself to stay in that blame game for
How
too
about
long.
if it's your wounds? How do you balance or handle your part, right? Because it can also be you.
It can also be me. Yes, yes. Accountability.
Right. That's
Accountability.
fair.
Listen, I think that that's the when you
That's
can be
fair.
transparent. And here's where it can get okay. If you are being transparent and somebody else is not being transparent, because we're human, our behaviors can be as such of where they
Yeah.
become unbalanced, and you know what, we're not so aligned, and you start acting out a certain way. My whole point being is that accountability means when someone shows it out to you and it's reflected to you, do you see it? And if
Right.
you are healthier, then you will. If not,
Mm,
then you won't.
it is about accountability at the end of the day.
Mm,
But also, yeah, it is. Yeah. Also with the other person and also with yourself being kind to yourself, right? It's a balance, I feel like. Um,
Cause when you've wronged somebody, or when you were when you weren't right. I don't know. I don't feel so good when I know that I'm in the wrong. I know, and I wanna fix it, or I want to, bring some clarity to it. And maybe that clarity is just like, I fucked up. I messed
right.
up. You know what I
That's
mean?
yeah. Mm,
And that's more for your own soul. That's more for your own soul than it is really even for the other person at that particular point.
right. I What do you think is the difference between self-reliance and self-protection? Because self-reliance and self-protection, because it can keep people at a distance. You see what I mean?
Yes.
When you're self-reliant,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
like when people see you, they're like, "Oh, she."
Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. And sometimes, I just want to go back to that. I'm every woman. I got it. I got my own bag. I got my own place. I got my own, but you ain't got no love. You ain't got no. You ain't.
Mm.
You know what?
Well,
Stroking your back at night. Or someone that you can lay your burden down to. So there's that element that is there. And you said, ask me the question again. Ask me the question
hello?
again. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me? Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Okay, I'm
hearing the
hearing the
echo.
echo.
I
Oh,
think
I
your
think your
microphone died
microphone
too.
died too. Oh, I bet you it did. I bet you
Okay.
it did. Okay. So I'll take it off. I'll take off my
Um,
microphone.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you
because you
went.
went. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It
It
happens.
happens.
Um,
Um, I was making a point there, and I think I was trying to wrap it up. But what was the question again?
I
I
think it
think
was
it was
that
that
how do you
how do you
confuse
confuse
self
self
reliance
reliance
with,
with, well, yeah, being self protecting. Self
yeah,
protection. Yeah.
like that
Like
ego
that
mode
ego
of
mode of
like,
like, I got it. I got it. I got it. I don't need you. I don't need this. I don't
I
need
don't
that. I
need
don't need
you,
you. We
that
all
thing.
need somebody sometime. And when you start creating your own island and you're not, I think that is protection. That is not coming from a place of being sufficient. I am self sufficient, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Your
If it
video
is
is gone
in
too.
a way that you are protecting yourself from having to engage or having to, in I'll be honest with you. I'm one that I have battled with that. I have battled with that because asking for help or being that goes right back into the being vulnerable, right? That's why
Mm.
you have that protection there. Goes right back to that. So once again, dealing with your vulnerability and what does that look like and how is it showing up? Because that is one of the areas in which it can, and you know what, it can be disguised as uh, independent and but we can create a world sometimes that doesn't uh, allow people to come in, you know, and that's another way of in which we can sabotage ourselves from. Uh, Doggone it, yes. And I'm speaking about myself, I think. I think I'm speaking about
Mm.
myself. I think I'm speaking, oh my God, I think I'm speaking about myself. And so, and having said that, although I'm working on changing that, I am working on changing that as I speak. I'm working on changing
Mm.
that. Once again, but good question. Very, very good question. And something that, you know what, I had to keep, I have to keep in the forefront of my mind when dealing with my own life situation. What are you doing here?
Mm.
Why
I
are you
think we
doing I
all
think we
have.
all have questioning on why you're
Yeah.
doing what we do, why we do what we do.
Right.
Right. Okay. Did the live?
I
Did
had
we I
one.
get bumped off and come on again? I think we did, didn't we? Anyways,
um, I can't
I
see
can't
you.
see you.
I'm not
I'm
sure if
not sure
anyone
if
else
anyone
can.
else can. You can
I
see
don't
me?
know.
I don't know.
No,
No. You can't see me? Oh my.
it's
It's
black.
black. Wow.
Can you?
Can you? You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. It just froze for some reason, and I don't know. But I
Okay.
think we might want to wrap this up. Do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's one
there's one
last.
last.
question
Okay,
that I'm
hopefully I can
also
come back
guilty of.
because I don't like this look. Look at this look. It's got me frozen here on the screen, Red Meat, and I don't even know how to get in. Wait a minute. I'm going to come
Um,
out.
what if you do it, then the life will end.
No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to come back to the screen.
Okay.
But it's not letting me back. Okay, well,
It's
you know
okay.
what? Just ask the question and then we'll continue on.
And I'm guilty of this. Okay. How do we sabotage love by saying things like, I need to be healed or conscious instead of being human, like a messy, just being human?
Right. How do we
Have you done
sabotage
that?
love? Why are you smiling? I want to know, first of all, why are you smiling like a
Because I've
she's
done
going to
that.
blow? What's that?
I have done this.
Yeah, okay, you've done this. Okay, okay.
Guilty
So,
of this.
I want you to repeat what you just said again to me.
Have you? Because I'm hearing my echo. So, have you sabotaged love by saying things like, I need to be healed and conscious instead of accepting that being a human
Oh
means
my God,
to be
yes.
messy?
Yes, 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 quite a
Okay.
few times. Quite a few times. But we're coming out of that mode because I didn't realize that healing is a continuous journey.
Yeah, there's no timeline.
Yeah, that there's different levels to it. So, oh my God, yes, yes, and that's a track that we can get into because we can go into a mode of protection and isolation when you are in a healing mode. And I mean, that can look something different to everybody, but you can get caught up in there. Yep. Yes, 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 I'm healing and I'm not letting anybody touch it. I'm not letting anybody no, and I don't mean it, but I'm talking about touch me. I'm not going to let anybody affect my healing process. Yes, and that's right. That means wrapping up the cookie and saying no, no access. You're not dripping your energy all up in here. No. There.
At some point, you do need to stay away.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
But
Is that what you wanted? Oh my God, Rafnit, I can't even get my face back on the camera. They won't let me in. Okay, that's good. I didn't need to be on the camera for that one. I didn't want people to see me, but that's true. And I think that that's a process that most of us go through. No entry, which means I'm preserving my energy so I can build myself back
right.
up again.
Yeah. All right.
But
That's all I had.
they didn't say it was going to be 7 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's all I had.
Okay. Well,
Since you're the faceless one,
I
go
am the
on.
faceless one. I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for a listen. I'm going to have to watch this live back a few times because you know what? Even I struggled with at different points with this one, but I'm glad we had the conversation. It's definitely something to think about as we go and float through relationships and enter new relationships and have people coming towards us. That we do remain open. Love is a beautiful thing. And I'll tell you, and when you're entering it, knowing that, you know what, a reason, a season, a lifetime, and that not everything is forever, but, don't allow yourself to not experience the experience and say to yourself that I'm healing because you know what, I'm going to tell you, sometimes someone can help you heal through that, and that can be a very, very powerful thing too. So, um,
Yeah.
once again, watching your energy and all that, but I'm going to tell you something. Whoo, they call him a healer. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Or you are the healer to somebody else, right?
Well, yeah. I think we
We
heal
heal
in
in
community.
community.
And I'm
And
not
I'm not
saying
saying
just
just
anybody, but
anybody, but
you know what I mean.
you know what I mean. Well, and having
Anyways,
said that, I
yeah.
am going to say thank you. Thank you for everyone that showed up. And you know what? I know this was a little bit longer. And you know what? For those that stayed and those that, came and checked us out, please go check out Revneet's channel, Winds of Reflection. She's got some great content over there. And I don't want to just say, you know what, just great content, because when we say content, it just reduces it right down to just that content. She's got some good information over there. That's what I'm going to say. So go check
Okay.
her out. And you will be catching us live again. When is our next live?
Um,
Um,
on
on
Wednesday and then
Wednesday and then
Friday.
Friday. Wednesday. So our next live is on Wednesday. We will be doing the tarot deck reveal of forest landscape, or the landscape. The landscape.
It's
It's
tarot
tarot
landscapes.
landscapes. Tarot landscape, and that will be Wednesday at when are we going?
It's
5 p.m.
on
It's on
September
September
10
10th
at 3
at 3
p.m. US
p.m. U.S.
Central.
Central. Right on. Right on. So it is five my time and 3 your time.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So, and having said that, I'm going to leave you all on this beautiful. I've got a beautiful Friday night. How's the weather your way?
It's starting
It's
to get
starting to
cold,
get
but it was
cold, but
beautiful
it's
day.
beautiful day. Well, I'm going to leave you on this beautiful Friday night. I do want to talk to you afterward, Levni. So, is that all? I hope that that's possible. And
Yeah.
sending love, peace, healing as you go and make a great Friday night. Bye.
Bye. Thanks,
Bye. Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.